A recent report from Elaine Ainge-Roy, a news reporter from New Zealand who reports for The Guardian, explains that a small tropical paradise in the Pacific Ocean, known as Tuvalu, is predicted to completely succumb to the rising global sea level and completely sink in the next 100 years. Tuvalu is home to more than 11,000 citizens, and they would be forced to relocate their entire lives to new countries. Obviously, no country could handle 11,000 new immigrants at once, and therefore communities and families and friends will be forced to say their goodbyes as they watch their old home become a figment of the past. Rising sea levels can be traced back to the rise of global temperature that has been observed in the past century due to the excessive burning of fossil fuels. In America, 90% of our energy comes from the burning of fossil fuels, according to the Energy Information Administration. As a country, we are falling behind in the new field of renewable resources and lack this early commitment. This lack of early commitment could cause unforeseen long-term consequences in the energy field and American economy. By increasing the amount of energy produced through renewable means, not only would this be a cheaper method of energy production, we would also be doing our part in the fight for a safe and healthy planet for generations to come. Some opponents might wonder what they could even do if they have no relations with the energy production field. To that, I would say that everyone who pays their bills, and their electricity bills importantly, should care about where their energy comes from. By diversifying the methods of energy production, we can avoid catastrophes and rising electricity bills. Recently, in Texas, a massive winter storm caused sweeping power outages, and in Texas, the natural gas plants froze, and the wind turbines were unable to keep up with the new increased demand because of the lack of power coming from fossil fuel burning. They were seconds away from the entire grid crashing for months and having a 3 to 4 month long blackout. This entire catastrophe could have been avoided by properly planning and adding backup energy production systems instead of relying on two main methods of energy production that cannot act independently from each other. The storm is causing the electricity bills of citizens to increase until they can recover from the accident and get back to normal. Not only are renewable energy resources cheaper for the average citizen, though, but it would also be cheaper for the energy companies themselves to invest in renewable energy as soon as possible. According to HDMI and Utility Dive, renewable energy facilities have been historically more expensive to construct, but come with a cheaper maintenance cost when compared to fossil fuel burning plants. Recently, however, renewable energy facilities have started to become cheaper to construct, and the energy companies that could start seeing profits from their labor much quicker than expected. These renewable energy facilities are on pace to become cheaper to construct than the traditional power plant as we know it. But, as mentioned before, the threat of climate change looms over every living being on this planet, and not only could investing in renewable energy save us millions of dollars in the long term, but it could also help stop this looming threat that threatens the future of the planet. As I mentioned in my introduction, global warming presents an enormous threat to the lives of millions of people all around the globe. And by investing in renewable energy, we can do our part as Americans to ensure the planet is healthy and secure. The 2010s were the hottest decade in recorded history, and a close second is the 2000s. This is due to the phenomenon called global warming. Fossil fuels are a chemical compound known as hydrocarbons, and when hydrocarbons react with oxygen gas at high temperatures, gaseous carbon dioxide and steam are produced. This carbon dioxide is then released into the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide absorbs heat very well and traps the heat inside the Earth's atmosphere, making the planet's global temperature rise to abnormal levels. And not only is this carbon dioxide harmful to the health of the globe, but it also threatens the lives of humans and animals alike. Studies, such as the one conducted by the Union of Concerned Scientists, have linked air pollution to certain cardiac and respiratory diseases in humans and animals. In my introduction, I mentioned the tropical island of Tuvalu and its impending doom due to global warming. But another case closer to home could be a victim of the same crime, the city of New Orleans. Today, over half of the city of New Orleans is built below the global sea level, and if the oceans continue to rise, the city, home to millions of Americans, could flood, causing massive relocations and costing the federal and local governments millions of dollars in damages and repairs. Overall, the threat of global warming can only get worse. So investing in solutions to the problem is the only way that we can ensure the safety of future Americans and the globe. Even though renewable resources have their benefits, uh, we cannot completely get rid of all fossil fuels immediately. Fossil fuels are too efficient to become completely abolished in the near future, but a slow and calculated transition could see them become a thing of the past. Fossil fuels are also deeply rooted in American foreign policy, primarily in the Middle East, and backing out of all trade deals due to a complete switch to renewable energy could cause our allies to grow to resent us. Overall, the future of America's economy, climate, and safety depends on the decisions made by the citizens in the next coming years. And as college students who will be entering the workforce soon, we can have the greatest impact on this topic. So I challenge you to think about what you imagine the United States like in the next 20 years. And make sure your actions and choices are all in pursuit of ensuring a safe and healthy America. Thank you.